everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shelby Hutchins. Today, in part of our video series introducing you all to our many wonderful faculty, we have Dr. Scott Gorman, Pitt State legend, here with us. Dr. Gorman, welcome.
Welcome.
So,
here.
Yeah, thanks for taking time out of your day to join us and to chat a little bit. We really want to get to know all of our faculty. We really want everyone out there to know all of our faculty. So, if you could tell us a little bit about your background, where you grew up, and kind of your progression to Pitt State.
Okay, I grew up outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I attended Westchester State University for 2 years. Wound up transferring down to Elon College, where I played soccer and baseball. Progressed from there to Western Carolina University to work on a master's degree, and I coached the soccer and baseball programs there.
And you were GAs
as a
for
GA,
both of those, right? Yeah.
The GA was the official capacity, and then you volunteered your time. And of course, that time is most valuable to get that experience, which you can't get anywhere else. I taught public school for 3 years in Raleigh, North Carolina, which was a great experience. And then decided that I wanted to work on a doctorate, went to Georgia. So I'm a Bulldog fan. As you know, we won the national championship, etc. So anyway, from there, I wound up teaching at Berry College in Rome, Georgia. And there I was exercise physiology, strength and conditioning coach, wound up being the baseball coach. So I had some great experiences there. And then decided to come out here and teach and work at Pittsburg State University.
And what prompted that decision to leave Berry and come to Pitt State? How long were you at Berry?
I was at Berry for 6 years.
Wow.
And within that time frame, you hear about publish or perish, so you have the tenure situation. And after being there for 5 years, the tenure picture, I was told one thing and something else happened where I wasn't granted tenure. So at that point I started looking around, and Pitt State was a wonderful opportunity, and my wife and I and son took this opportunity to come to Pitt State. Back in 1988, you all can do the math as far as how long I've been here.
I've been here ever since.
Ever since, correct.
So, obviously your experience with sport really prompted you to move into not only getting your master's, but what sparked your desire to get the EDD at Georgia? You taught public schools for 3 years in Raleigh, but what about that experience kind of changed your mind or influenced you to pursue that EDD?
Well, hopefully, like many people coming out of high school, I was actually followed by the Philadelphia Phillies for pitching and baseball, so I thought I had a shot at a professional baseball career. I wound up having a series of knee operations. I think my last knee operation was number 12. So that kind of went down the drain as far as that was concerned. So I kind of segued from thinking I was going to be athletics and coaching into more of the higher education. My father-in-law was the department chair at Western Carolina,
Okay.
and I kind of used him as a role model. And I decided I could pursue coaching as a profession, or I could pursue teaching, pedagogy, and that's what I do.
Awesome.
Teacher.
Awesome. So within our department, what's kind of your wheelhouse? What's your area of expertise?
Well, I was hired in by our past president, Tom Bryant, to be a physical education instructor. And from that, I wound up teaching lifetime fitness concepts, and I've assumed the position as the coordinator for that program. And we have a new online program that we share with a couple community colleges. So you might find people out there looking at this. I took lifetime fitness concept at Labette. Well, you took our lifetime fitness concepts program. So I've done that. The other venue that I fell into was the camping outdoor education class. So I've been teaching that since 1989, and that's one of my passions in life. I am an outdoor educator. I am a highway cleanup is one of our activities. I am a Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks instructor for safety education. I'm certified in archery, National Archery School program, the National fly fishing program. So I've got all these outdoor education related. I also have been certified in Project Adventure, working on ropes courses, things like that.
And have you always been involved in the outdoor rec side of things since you were young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growing up, our family, we didn't camp, but we fished a bunch.
Yeah.
So, and didn't hunt, but probably grew up in a fishing outdoor atmosphere.
Yeah, and that's I think that's a common story that a lot of our viewers will relate to. You're also our graduate coordinator. Can you tell us a little bit about our graduate program, the masters that we offer, and the different emphases within it?
Sure. We have a Master of Science program. It's completely online. I tell people you can actually be on the space shuttle for a year and a half or whatever and finish our program. So from the day one, the first course you take, all the way through our final examination, basically you can be off-site. I've had students in Canada, we've had students in Japan, we've had students in England, etc. So that's a great aspect of it. You can maintain your normal current position and work on our master's degree. The program originally had one track, which was primarily for people in probably pedagogy, teaching, and coaching. And since then, we've segued off. We have 3 different emphasis areas. Make sure I get the names correct here. One is human performance and wellness. And those people are usually the people that are coming out of the exercise science or maybe teaching. We have sport and leisure service management, and our recreation educators come from there. And we just added recently a brand new emphasis in physical education. So that is specific to, obviously, physical education teachers. And we think that new emphasis is going to draw a lot of folks into the program.
Awesome. Yeah, so our master's, and about how many students do we have enrolled in our master's program currently?
I have had as many as 120 plus advisees. Right now I've got like 92, 94. And within that context, usually 2/3 of the students are in class.
Yeah.
And another third are trying to figure out taking a semester off and coming back and
Yeah.
things like that. So.
Gotcha. And what I guess with your undergrad classes, what's the biggest thing that you hope students get out of, for instance, your outdoor education class?
I want the students that come through the camping class, one, to love camping itself. So we take a camping trip. We recently returned from Roaring River, went down and enjoyed some of the craziest weather we've had since I've been here. So we went last Thursday and Friday and wound up with the temperatures dropping down to 30s. We had rain and sleet, but within all that, we camped, we fished, we hiked, and had a good time.
Yeah.
So,
jumping around here a little bit, what do your classes look like? Like if someone's out there, they sign up for class with Dr. G, what can they expect on a day-to-day basis in class?
On a day-to-day basis, come to class prepared to have some fun, to interact with your peers, with your classmates. We do a lot of activities designed specifically for that interaction. That gets back into the adventure education aspect of the class. And I just tell people, if you're a people person, you're going to fall in love with our class. We might have the only class on campus where every single person is going to learn every single person's name in the class. So you'll find out who are the people that you just want to be with and hang with, and hopefully people will be your friends for life.
And what can they expect out of, if someone's looking at our online master's program, what can they expect out of those classes? What do those classes look like on a regular basis?
We have a wide variety of people that take our master's program. As I stated, we originally started off with primarily physical education and coaches, and since then we put in the recreation side of the program. We've had people in our program come from exercise science. We've had a bunch of students out of the military, or they're in the military, come through the program. We've had 5 or 6 or 7 nurses, school nurses come into the program, nutritionists. So the people that take the program come from all different walks, all different professions. The beauty of our program is, first, that it's online, and traditionally most students that are working full-time will probably take 6 to 7 hours a semester. And if you do that, you're going to wind up, for example, you could go 6 hours, 7, 6, 7, 6, you wind up with your 32 hours. I think the most important aspect of our program is our faculty. I've taught at 3 or 4 different institutions. I've talked with people at other schools, and just the way our faculty takes care of our students. We put students first. Advising is a primary objective of ours. We want to make sure that we take care of you, and we do. So people come to Pittsburg State University, either undergraduate or graduate, you're going to get great advisors. People are going to take care of you and care about you personally.
So, outside of the SRC, outside of your day-to-day responsibilities on the job, what do you do for fun? What are your hobbies? What are your passions in life? I think you've probably alluded to a few of them already, but tell us a little bit more about what makes Dr. G tick.
Dr. G ticks by being outside. I have got to be outside most days, whether the weather's good or the weather's bad. My wife will actually tell me it's time for you to leave, meaning in essence that, yeah, I need to get outside and do something. I have some property that's 3 miles from here, 40 acres. It's full of white-tailed deer and turkey and all kinds of other animals, so I spend a lot of time outside there playing around. At the moment, I have 16 tree stands on my property, and you have to take care of those year-round. I have food plots that I take care of. So between being outside, working, fishing, teaching archery to the Girl Scouts in the summer, anything that involves being outside and teaching, I'll volunteer for it. We recently had a hunter education program where 80 students came to us. We have 2 nights here at Pitt State on campus that we do a field day. So obviously the instruction we give in the classroom is fun, but we do 3.5 hours classroom, 3.5 hours classroom, then 4 or 5 hours field experience.
Yeah. And
that's where the students get, I'd say, probably 90% of what they're going to recall and remember and use for safety in the field.
Absolutely. And all right, so where's your favorite place to go fishing around here?
Pittsburgh area has a bunch of pits, they call them. They're reclaimed landmine areas, where back in the 20s and 30s they used the great big scoop shovels, and where they scooped out all that coal, they left all these mini lakes, if you want to call it, and the state has stocked them. So you can fish in this area. There's probably 200 pits within 25 miles of us in southeast Kansas. As far as real fishing, I call it, since I fly fish and I teach fly fishing and tying flies, that kind of thing, we go down to Roaring River, and we've been to Bennett Springs. So if you like to fish, this is a beautiful area. We're not that far from Arkansas, which has some of the greatest rivers in the country for fishing.
Yeah.
The White River and Norfolk and some things like that we pop down to.
Yeah, we got lucky up here. That's you and I share all those passions. So it was whenever I was looking at schools and applying to different jobs across the country, that was absolutely one of the first considerations is what opportunities for outdoor recreation and fishing tournaments and things like that were available. So yeah, it's an incredible part of the country. It's unique. I mean, you're right here. You're not far from northern Oklahoma, Grand, all that system of lakes as well. You've got of course the Ozarks right here. So it's an incredible opportunity for those of you that are interested in outdoor recreation. If that's a passion of yours, this is a great spot. It might not look like it on a map, but everything is right here. Everything that you could ever want is right here. We got public land for hunting if you're a hunter. So be sure to check out those opportunities as well if you're considering Pitt State.
If you watch ESPN, you'll see shows all the times showing our hunting and fishing and things that are available here in southeast Kansas. So it's a wonderful area to go to school in. It's a wonderful area to live in. It's a wonderful place to raise a family in. Our school system, public school system, private school systems are excellent.
And that plus some of the other things that you mentioned, I think you've probably already answered this question for us, but if students are interested, undergrad, grad, whatever, if students are interested in Pitt State, HHPR, or Pitt State in general, why should they choose Pitt State?
I think it goes back to the community. The entire community here is very supportive of our students, very supportive of our education programs, very supportive of our athletic programs. So that's kind of the base, I believe, to Pittsburg State University. And then you get back to faculty, and our faculty in HHPR has been wonderful to teach with and work with over the years. Faculty across campus, I've served on probably every committee that anyone could ever serve on at Pitt State, and I've found, I'd say 99.9% of the faculty are people that are going to take care of you. They care about students. Our job obviously is to teach, and we do an excellent job of teaching here at Pittsburg State University.
Excellent, excellent. And if we want to find out more information about our master's program or some of the undergraduate classes you offer, how can we contact you?
Well, you can give me a phone call. Number is 620-235-4667. My email is Gorman, Gorman, at pittstate.edu. Obviously, you can also simply get on our program, the website for PSU, go to GUS, go to HHPR, and all that data and all the information we're trying to share today is there available to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Gorman, for joining us. Thank you for letting us take a little bit of your day. We appreciate you as always. Everyone out there, if you're curious, you have his contact information now. Be sure to follow us on our social medias, Pitt State HHPR on Instagram, Pittsburg State Department of Health, Human Performance, and Recreation on Facebook. And until next time, thanks.
Appreciate it.